everyone. My name is Diana Trevino. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I wanted to do this video because I know that coming to therapy can really be a tough decision, a scary decision, especially if it's your first time coming into therapy. And there are so many therapists out there, and the most important thing is that you feel comfortable with the therapist that you're working with. No matter what type of therapy they do, the number one thing is, do you feel safe? Do you feel comfortable with the therapist that you're working with? And so I wanted to take this moment to introduce myself and allow myself to give you a little bit of who I am and what I focus on and what you can expect from therapy. I have been practicing for close to 15 years now. This year will be 15 years. It's gone by really quick, and worked, of course, as most therapists, through nonprofits as they work towards their licensure. But close to the end of that, I really realized that I really do work a lot. I enjoy working a lot with those who have experienced trauma in their past, either growing up as a child with a series of different difficult experiences that just tends to get carried on through to adulthood. And a lot of times when we have difficult experiences, we also are carrying certain beliefs about ourselves, about others, about the world, and we carry that into our adult relationships and may find ourselves stuck in a similar relationship that we grew up with. A lot of times we try our best not to do that and to try to do the exact opposite, and somehow it just happens. And so as I was working with clients towards the end of, or when I soon became licensed, I realized that the type of therapy that I got trained in, which is called EMDR, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, was so effective with the clients that I was working with. And it just seeing the transformation of those clients has really given me even more passion to want to share it with others. And so in another video, I'm going to explain a little bit more about EMDR as well as other therapies that I now incorporate it with. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of my background and what you can expect when you start therapy with me. When you give me a call, I do try to ask a few questions just to make sure that we are the right fit. Am I the right therapist in the sense of what you're looking for, what your goals are for therapy, what you're wanting out of therapy, and the type of therapy that I do is right for what your goals are. Once we square that out of the way, we also deposit schedules and fees and things like that to make sure that our schedules will work together and we can work on a weekly basis. I feel it's so important to meet once a week because I find that clients just progress more and more quickly with that. As well as with EMDR, it's just important that I am checking in with you each week just to make sure that things are going pretty smoothly. And every few months, maybe 2 to 3 months, I'm checking to make sure that we are sticking to the goals that you originally came in for. Are we on the right track? Do we need to tweak them a little bit? Do we need to adjust them a little bit? Or maybe you've worked through some of the things you originally came in for, but now you're realizing there's other things that you want to focus on. And so we talk a lot about your goals and making sure that we're checking to make sure we're on the right path. I will, depending on what you're coming in for, we will focus on some coping skills right away, or if you do feel pretty ready to dive in, we'll dive in pretty quickly. The more important thing is I meet you where you're at. It's so important that you're feeling just as ready to move forward, and I will never force you to do anything that you're not ready for. We will take some small steps if we need to. And once we are working through some of the more difficult things that you might have experienced in your life, we then check in with what do you need now? Do you need to learn how to express yourself? Some communication skills, learning how to stand up for yourself. Are those the things that you need next before you end therapy? And part of the coping skills too is to make sure that you have the tools to continue to use once you leave therapy. That this is something that you can always come back to. I can't take all the problems of the world away, or all the problems that are going to come up in your life down the road, but can I give you the tools that you need to manage them and get through them when they come up. When we realize you've met your goals and things are going pretty smoothly, we don't stop right away. I will slow down to every other week or once a month just to make sure that things continue to run pretty smoothly. And then once we do end, it does not mean that you have to end forever, that you cannot come back. Therapy can come in phases. Maybe you don't need to come back, or maybe there's another series of stressors that came all at once and you just need a recharge, and so we can meet again. So I wanted to give you again just a little bit of my background, give you a little bit of a video so that you can get to know who I am. And if you feel that I may be the right fit and would like to know a little bit more about the type of therapy that I do, I will be happy to talk with you. The areas that I do focus on are anxiety, panic attacks, developmental trauma, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and a lot of my therapies mainly focus around those areas. So again, if you are wanting to know a little bit more, making sure that we're the right fit, please definitely check out my website. I will give you some more information there as well. It's just DianaTrevino.com, DIANA, T as in Tom, REVINO.com. And I'd be happy to talk with you further. Thanks and have a great day.